So this episode is about Jesus's how he didn't respond when people were trying to get him to do miracles or prove who he is, and how he was forgiving to the people that tried to the people that did crucify him. So we're gonna start off at 3, and then I'm gonna summarize some things and just skip on through. Anyway, so 3. And Pilate asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, Thou sayest it. Pilate is a Roman prefect, governor of Judea. And a prefect is a title of the Roman official of the Acquisition Order who ruled Judea from 6 to 41 CE Common Era. So the guy that actually crucified Jesus came and he was like, Are you the king of the Jews? And Jesus answered and said, Thou sayest it. Instead of being like, yeah, I am, obviously, or like, yeah, he just said, Thou sayest it, so you said it, which I think is funny. 8. And when Herod saw Jesus, he was exceedingly glad, for he was desirous to see him of a long season, because he had many things of him, and he hoped to have seen some miracle done by him. So Herod saw Jesus, was glad, and desirous means out of deep affection. So he had a lot of affection for Jesus, and he had a long season, Herod, because he had things that he was doing, and he hoped that he would see some miracle done by Jesus. And then 9, then he questioned him in many words, but he answered him nothing. So he goes up to Jesus and is like, I've been busy. Can you perform some miracles? And Jesus doesn't answer. I think that's funny. Because, like, I went to a job interview today, and I noticed that the guy seemed very interested by my resume, but I don't think he was interested because he wanted to learn more. I think he wanted me to prove that I have the experience that I was talking about. And yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not gonna be like, yes, I did this job. Yes, I did this job. No, I didn't do this. Yes, I did this. I put it on my resume because that's what I do. I didn't, and the thing is, I don't even put everything on my resume because people don't believe you. So it's funny that I specifically make stuff like that and still get belittled and talked down to, despite my resume and despite me literally not even knowing these people. So yeah, like, these people are asking Jesus to prove himself, essentially, and he just ignored him. And honestly, that's what I'm gonna do to this person too. I'm not gonna respond. 14. Pilate found no fault with Jesus. So the guy that's over all the people found no fault with Jesus, and Jesus still says nothing. 16. I will chastise him and release him. So he's saying he's gonna chastise Jesus and release him. And then 21, the people started chanting, crucify him. 22, I will chastise him. That's the third time Pilate says that he's gonna just chastise him and let him go on. And then 24. So, says it so. So he's like saying, if you guys want me to do it and kill him, I'll kill him because you guys want me to. And then 27, of the women which were bewailed deep sorrow for usually, sorry, of women which bewailed and lamented him. So bewailed means to express deep sorrow for usually by wailing or lamentation. And lamented means mourning regret profoundly in the demonstrative manners like a poem, writing, fasting, or songs. So they're so upset that following him. They're following him and they're crying and they're in deep sorrow. And it did say that they were wailing, but the other word lamented means that they also could have been fasting or crying or writing a poem, which I think that's kind of cool, like that definition. Like, imagine people are so upset that they're writing Jesus poems. Potentially. 28 through 31 talks to the door. So Jesus talks to the daughters of Jerusalem, and he says to them, well, he talks to them in general and tells them, like, don't mourn for me, mourn for